What's good, YouTube? It's Rage Real. So in today's video, I'll be bringing out part 1 to my gun bunch tight end mini scheme. So if you enjoyed this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn those post notifications on. Now, before I do get into the video, like I said, I want to thank y'all. And if you're new, go ahead and consider subscribing. I do videos just like this all the time where I give great offensive schemes plus gameplay. So that's big important to me too. And also there's going to be timestamps included with just about every single video that I do. But without further ado, let's go and hop in. So as far as personnel goes, I like having my best receiver where DeAndre Hopkins is. And this is just for part 1. Part 2, it'll kind of change a little bit, but you can essentially still run it just like this and you'll be completely fine. So I like my best receiver on the outside. I like my fastest receiver where Andy Isabella is in this middle slot. And of course your third best is going to go right here. Now the two plays we're going to be talking about today's video is going to be X spot, and we're going to be talking about inside switch. So first, I do want to start off with inside switch because I believe this is a hugely underutilized play in Madden. It's extremely good, and I am going to talk about just a couple different zones. This video, let's go ahead and throw in cover for palms because I like to show you every single coverage you see here, and then I'll throw in additional match coverage, which this time we'll be talking about cover for palms. So we're going to be starting off with cover 3. I do want to go ahead and back the ball up some so we can have some room. I normally do this pre-video, and also while I'm thinking about it, I like to have for inside switch, it doesn't matter where you line up. So it doesn't matter if you're on the short side or the wide side. So I'm just going to do it. I'm gonna do it in the middle, honestly, because it doesn't matter for inside switch. You can have on the short side, wide side, and you'll see why that's important here in a second. So for the first setup, all you want to do, take triangle, put them on a slant, and then you're just simply going to motion them across. Now this setup is really good just because it can pretty much torch any style of oh, first we're gonna put X on the streak. I apologize. This is the setup right here. So we're going to snap the ball, and I'll show you on replay. You can have that right there. Let's see if we can go down. Didn't mean to do the animation, but you can have that right there. And then also if you wait, a lot of times you can have square on the sideline. So you want to put X on the streak, triangle on the slant. I do apologize about that. As you can see, we are at cover 3. This time we will press, and after this I'll go into replay, show you why I like this play so much versus cover 3. And this will pretty much torch any other zones in the game. Let's see if we can get some time here. And as you see, I actually threw it a little bit way too early. I threw that way too early. I thought I was going to get hollered at, but I'm going to hop in replay mode and show you exactly why I like this play. So with this play, it's going to get open on the sidelines if you just wait. I thought I was going to get hollered at, so that's why I went ahead and threw it. But as you can see, the slant is going to get wide open. It's going to fit this nice area, and the reason that works is because this flat route is going to pull down any flat defenders, and if there's zone dropping, of course, then of course he's going to be wide open, but he's also going to be right here in this nice little hole. So the user 9 times 10 to go around with the slant, and if they don't, you want to attack this area right here. So like I said, I threw the ball extremely too early. I should have waited right here, and he's never going to be able to play. The only reason he turned around like that is because I threw the ball already. As you can tell, you see right here he's steadily going back, and when I threw it, that's when he turned around. So all you had to do is just wait. Like I said, I knew I was getting hollered. I knew I wasn't tripping, but you can still be able to make that throw. You just want to wait a little longer, and I'll show you that in cover 2 as well. But it's going to be literally wide open because the hook curl is not going to follow him the whole way. So let's talk about cover 2 now. So as you can see, we do have cover 2. Oh, that's not cover 2. There we go. We do have cover 2 on the field. Let's go and press. So you just want to take X, put him on a streak. Take triangle, put him on a slant. Not him. Don't motion him across like I just did. We'll probably get into that part 2 because you can potentially. No, I'm not even gonna say. I'm not even saying a lot of y'all. Don't motion him across. This play is designed to motion over this receiver right here. Go ahead and take the right receiver this time, motion him across. And now with this one, you're going to see the same thing get set up right here. So we can have either triangle, or if we buy time, you're going to have square right there. So as y'all can see, the Packers D-line is screaming at me, but in game, they're not screaming at you this bad. Y'all know I go through this every single video with y'all. And the reason I use the Packers, I should say, is because they have a great secondary. They're one of the best secondaries in regs because they're so fast. So that's why I love to use them. But anyways, first thing, of course, you're going to realize is you have this slant wide open every single time. And you see it even if you wait. If you wait, it's not going to get open, but you have it in the seam. And think about it. If he's using this guy, then what? We're going to have this wide open, right? And if he's using this guy, he's really screwed because he's either going to have to give up this quick slant right here because he's never going to be able to follow this slant and rally back. He should never be able to do that. Now, as you can see, if they're not zone dropping, this is just literally going to be screaming wide open. This is what I was trying to show y'all. This is how I look against cover 3. And if they are zone dropping, which means this guy is going to be back here, he's just going to be sitting right here. He's going to turn around, and that'll be an easy little dump off. So you're going to have to force them to do what's called double Mable. So double Mable is where they put 2 zones on the outside. So they might have him in the flats, him deep, and then on this side they'll have him in the flats, them deep, and then they'll have like just one person roaming in the middle. And I have a setup that's literally going to destroy that type of coverage style. They're not going to want to run that, but I'll get into that whenever I get into it, which will be the next setup. But first, I do want to show you against, let's do cover 4 palms. So let's take a look at cover 4 palms, and just so you can see exactly how to match up against it. Take triangle, put them on a slant, X on the streak, go ahead and motion them across. Hopefully I can get some time in the pockets so I can be able to show you all the reads correctly. And don't forget, you can also throw that taper out 9 times out of 10. So right here, as you can tell, you can still have square on the sideline. I'll go back on the replay and show you that. But 9 times out of 10, you want to hit that slant. But as you can see, you can potentially have square on the sideline for a little possession catch, because they actually won't play it. They'll just appear to be playing it. So right here, the slant, like I said, the slant is going to be money. Look at this. So that's easy. You throw this up here, you're going to be able to possession catch that. Keep in mind, their users going to be somewhere. So 9 times out of 10, they might use this safety, or they could use this middle backer. This middle backer, it just all depends. So wherever the user is, you just want to throw it opposite. So if they don't guard that, and think about it, you can throw this ball right here. You can kind of possession catch that outweighted, just to exaggerate it, but that's open. And that should be your best receiver running this route. So that's going to give you the best chance to make this throw. Like I said, he's going to just keep getting back. So you can kind of make this a late read, but just be careful. Super, super careful. So right here, that's where it's open. You want to go ahead and throw that ball, possession catch, hold X to get down. So throw it up in this area. So they're going to have to choose between this slant and the post. And that's why this play is just so fire. So next, of course, we're going to look at man coverage. And man coverage is going to be pretty much the same thing. Same type of read styles. And then I'll get into if they start dropping purples and everything. So if they start dropping purples, they'll have to drop them at the right depths, for one. And for two, we have other setups that are just going to completely destroy that, and I'll get into that in part 2. So right here, as you can tell, squares is going to get wider. That's what I was trying to tell you, what it's going to look like against cover 4 quarters. That's exactly what you see. I mean palms. That's what you see against cover 4 palms. Now replay, I'll quickly go over this, and then we'll hop into some gameplay. So table routes can sometimes be open depending on your matchup. We have a nice slant over here that's going to be able to, you can low ball that, possession catch that, or not even low ball, just really throw it, possession catch it. And we also have this up top that we can throw in, of course, possession catch. Now for the second setup, I really love this because this is going to completely destroy Mable coverages as long as regular zone coverages. So for this, all you want to do, literally just take square, put them on a curl route just like this, and now we're attacking literally every area of the field, every area of the field. And I'll show you what it looks like here. So against cover 3, you're gonna notice, look at how those people just sit right, not those people, but notice how the receivers just sit right there, and it's gonna do a nice job of just have great space. And so the user's gonna be really confused. They're not gonna know where to go. And now this is just the left side. Also take a look at this right side now. So what's gonna happen is he's gonna pull down that purple, and then now we'll be able to throw this ball out here, and we have a double-sided read. So this is why this play is so slept on. Not a lot of people know about this setup. Only the ones that y'all checking this out, y'all know about this. So the reason it's so deadly is because, look, we're targeting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different areas of the field. There's no way they're going to be able to cover that. And now I do want to show you real quick what it looks like against double Mable. So a lot of y'all might not be familiar with that term, but double Mable means, so say like we put clouds, right? So it'd be like putting a coverage like this, or let's just even go hard flats. So it's where you kind of do this, but like this is your user, if this makes sense. So they'll do something like this, and now they're saying that, hey, I'm gonna cover the whole middle myself. So if they start playing this style of defense, because they're gonna start having to, because you're gonna be attacking the outside so much, and I'll get into that in part 2. But now let's take a look at it. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna notice there's a lot of people gonna get open here. You see, so I have square open, I had X open, and also triangle. You tell he's gonna have to choose between square or triangle, and that's just a quick boom boom read. And I'm just gonna quickly go over that. So let's just pretend like all the outside routes got covered somehow. So look, he'd have to choose between, do I want to guard this or this? So there's no way he's gonna be able to guard both of them. The worst thing you could do is get baited, but he'll have to commit to whichever one he commits to. That's where you need to throw the ball to. So, and sometimes you can still have X open if they're zone drop, if they aren't zone dropping, right? But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to cover 2. So see, we got cover 2 right here. Take square, put them on a curl, and then you could just snap the ball just like this, and you'll see who's open. You know, triangle right there in my face. Sometimes be careful low balling it, because for some reason they don't know how to throw it above the lineman's head, but still low enough to where the defender doesn't get it. But just be careful with that, by the way. So cover 2, you're gonna notice right here, the vert hook, he's gonna stay on him. The mid read is going to keep backing up, and if they have him in the middle third, he's going to be just all the way out the play. So this is going to be screaming wide open, and the flat route, as you can see in cover 2, if they are in zone drop, this is going to be open. But if they're zone drop in that corner, then he's going to be way up here. So then if they aren't, sometimes you can have this. If you feel like they're risky, you can't have that. Just throw it, possession catch it on the sideline. Now against man, I don't like it. But I'll talk about cover for quarters, keep it consistent, well, palms. But against any match coverage and man coverage, I don't like this setup, but I'll show you just in case you want to see what it looks like. So right here, you can tell triangle does get open, but you see kind of like how things look funny and people are running. That happens in game too, so it's not my favorite. I'll go and replay really quick and just kind of just show you what was open and what probably could have been open. So the table route normally gets bagged, yep. So they do a great job of matching this, so that's not open at all. And then right here, you have to throw this right on the break and hope you get a good animation, because this will be picked. He'll actually be able to pick that. So this is literally your only read. If they're using this person too, then you're pretty much not going to have anything open. Maybe you'll have between these two if they're using this guy, if that makes sense. So against palms and any type of match coverage and man coverage, I do not like this setup. But right here, I'm going to show you, man, they want to hop in some gameplay with this. And like I said, I don't like it. If they happen to play man, just look at square 9 times out of 10. You'll be able to lowball that right on the break and then get some good yards like that. Now, the last play that I'm talking about is going to be this X spot play right here. So the reason I like this play, if y'all haven't watched my pistol bunch, it's literally going to be the same exact setup, and it works the same exact way on there. But if you have it, don't worry, we're going over it right now. So you just want to take circle, put them on a streak. Now we do have cover 3. Let's go and press. Now all you need to do is just motion this receiver out, and you're going to notice a whole lot of things get open right here. So sometimes you can have square, I mean not square, you're going to have square, but you can also have triangle is what I was trying to say. Or sometimes you can have X if you wait a while, and I'm going to show you that here. So I'm purposely going to take the sack right here just so I can hop in replay mode and just kind of show you what's all open and everything. So all you want to do, motion them out, snap the ball right here, and it don't matter where you run this ball at. Ooh, am I going to be able to show it? I should be able to show it. I was trying to show you that tight end route, because that tight end route a lot of times is going to get screaming wide open, especially if the user starts doing funny things with their hook curls and stuff like that. So your main read, of course, is going to be right here. Now, sometimes you can have this. Sometimes it all just depends on what they're doing, with their zone dropping, how high overall this guy is. Sometimes you can be able to throw that, because sometimes he'll whip around and play it. So I don't like throwing that unless it's just screaming wide open, and that's just something to read. But 9 times out of 10, this is going to be screaming wide open, because 9 times out of 10, the user, he's going to do like this kind of path. He's going to come back over here expecting something to break inside. So he's going to give that up about 9 out of 10 times. And like I said, sometimes you can't have that tight end route open. So let's go ahead and take a look at cover 2 right here, and it's going to pretty much play out the same exact way. So take circle, put them on a streak. That's literally all you have to do. So it's super easy to quick snack somebody in this, and that's what I like it. So look at it. Sometimes you can't have that. It all just depends. Right there, of course, they played it, but like I said, I'll only throw that if it's screaming wide open. So the only time I would recommend throwing it is if your bunch is on the wide side of the field. And it's most of the time it should be, but if it's not, then it sometimes still can't get open depending on what they're doing. But this is always your main read, first read, and then sometimes I normally like this as a second read. And normally you can always have this person open, but not in cover 2. And if you wanted to, since our running back isn't doing anything, you don't have to put him on this route. I would probably recommend putting him on an option route so he can sit in the middle, just to kind of pull down these hook zones right here. And I'll show you that real quick. So I should have mentioned that, but it's real optional at that point. So I will show you that again against cover 2, just so you can kind of see what I'm talking about here. So take circle, put them on a streak, and you could take R1. You can either put them on a curl, or you can put them on an option route. It's completely up to you. So I like personally putting them on an option route. So now you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So you notice how now I can throw that. So he's gonna be able to sit in a nice spot, and that just gives you a better option instead of a little swing route. So if you are watching my videos all the way throughout, then I appreciate that, because you just caught that tip, because of course that's probably not gonna be in my timestamp. But let's talk about cover for quarters, and then we'll talk about man, then I'll show you some gameplay, and we'll be out of here. So take circle, put him on a streak, and now motion him over. All you're doing is just making a read. You see right there, sometimes triangle can get it open. As long as he's a good receiver, most of the time that's going to be your second best receiver anyway, so he should be able to get some separation. And if not, then I do have a specific setup for match slash zone slash man coverage. So right here, this is not going to get open because they're going to man match that, and then this is going to be your primary read then. Or sometimes, depending on the overalls, you can have this route open, just depending. But against match and zone, match and man coverage, I want you to run this setup, but I'll display it against man. But no, you can run it against match coverage. So for man or match coverage, take square, put him on a slant, take circle, put him on a streak, and now we're going to motion that out. So now we're going to have a 1-2 read between square, which is going to get wide open, triangle can get open, and sometimes with a possession catch, we can have that throw right there. So that's gonna wrap it up for part 1. Let me know if you enjoyed this scheme, because honestly I think this is one of the most slept on formations in Madden. If you want to be all the way honest, it's slowly starting to creep up in the meta, so be sure you lock in with this formation and dominate your opponents. But anyways, I hope you have a blessed day. I'm Rage Rail and I'm out.